Will these altcoins survive the 2025 crypto market? And I had to put on my crypto gold hat for this one because at the end of the day, you never know what an altcoin is going to do. And I'm going to talk to you about some that you may strongly want to consider because I have, some investments in them as well. That's not the reason for you to consider them, but I've done some due diligence and looking into it. And then you determine whether or not this is something that's for you because there's so many different altcoins, so many different meme coins, so many different coins in general that's being created every day. And you just got to understand what you're looking for. And it's a dog eat dog world. It's really in the trenches in terms of you going through and finding what's going to be the thing that sticks and stays. You never know. It's a form of gambling in the mix, but you can do it strategically and still make some profits more than what you typically would in other areas. So here's some coins that you want to consider. Altcoins, well, meme coins. Let's really focus on the meme coins, not just the altcoins, because there's a ton of altcoins that have high value use case, like the XRPs, like the Solanas, like the several different ones. I don't want to go down that list. That's not what this video is about. That's not what you're here for. But the meme coins that I want you to wonder or see if they're going to survive the bull market starts with number one, keep a close eye on Shiba. I know Shiba was one that blew up in like 2021 and it did its thing. A lot of people are still up. I'm still up in nice profits to the point where I'm still holding on to Shiba. But what you got to understand is Shiba has an army associated with it. What does that mean? If a coin that's a meme coin or a coin that somebody might look at or downplay and be like, that's a fake coin, no use case, you got to look and see if what keeps it heightened or what raised this awareness in the eyes of others is attached to some type of community. Does it have what they consider to be a cult-like following? Does it have some type of movement associated with it? Because the people have the power when it's all said and done. The people have the power. So people can say what they want to say about certain things, but if enough people agree upon a certain thing, it has the ability to move mountains. And Sheeb has an army of those who still want to see Sheeb do good. So I wouldn't turn it off. I wouldn't, turn a blind eye to it unless you find something else better and you want to double down on it. But Sheeb is one that you want to consider and see if it's going to be one of the ones that survives in the 25 market and does, or the 2025 market and does well during this potential meme coin bull run that we're on the verge of, depending on when you're watching this video. So keep your eye on Sheeb. If you haven't already, consider, copping some of that because of the things that I'm saying, and do your own homework. Don't take anything that I'm about to say as financial advice. You just look into it for yourself and see if it's something that you believe has potential based on your things that you're looking for. For me, when I'm looking at meme coins, I'm looking at, okay, what's the narrative, meaning the story? What are they talking about? What is the community like? What makes this seem like something that people will get behind and rally around and stick with for a while, that allows more people to be invested in it, expecting it to go up over the long term, and them being in it long enough for it to even see some type of growth? That's what I'm looking for. The second one is Dogecoin. Now, Dogecoin, of course, started off as a joke, but then it started to catch some wind. And then, of course, when Elon Musk got to associating himself and saying things Dogecoin related, it really took off and went to a whole new stratosphere, and it became the number one meme coin, overall. Now, what just happened, and if you're familiar with Dogecoin, then I'm sure you know what I'm about to say. Of course, with him being attached to the upcoming presidency cabinet, basically, and him being given a role along with Vivek Ramaswamy, they're over the DOGE. Ironically, they used DOGE as the acronym, which also brings awareness to Dogecoin. So that's the Department of, what does it stand for? It'll come to me before the end of the video, but the DOGE is the Department of Government Efficiency. Yeah, Department of Government Efficiency. So they're going to be using that DOGE for the next 4 years. For the next 4 years, there's going to be things that Doge acronym is showing up for, which positions Doge to be one of the ones that gets talked about, not only just in 2025, but for the next 4 years minimum. So you definitely want to consider being a part of that, because a lot of times when Elon Musk says certain things or makes certain tweets and does certain things, it moves the market. And this proves to you that when it comes to stocks, a lot of times it's not just about how profitable they are. You know, did they succeed in earnings and things of that nature? It's about the narrative, the story, because the story has the ability to drop a stock just like it has the ability to rise the stock. And he's been doing that with Tesla and, you know, other things for quite some time. So keep that in mind. Very similar to the situation with the coin that the kitty, you know, the kitty guy, as it relates to, what was it, AMC and GameStop, the GameStop coin. That was one of the things that was moved by the people. People got involved. They attached to a situation that they knew would put the top billionaires and people who had, you know, puts put on GameStop. They knew it would apply a lot of pressure to them. And the people got together, swarmed together. They were on the Reddit app, and they found out about an opportunity to get and squeeze the life out of that money. And a lot of people made a lot of money during that time frame. That's just showing you the power of the people. So the same can be true with things like Doge, and one of the ones that I'm about to say coming up. Another one that you might want to keep your eyes on, that's a meme coin, to see if it will stand the test of time in 2025, is Giga. Giga, Giga Chad. Is basically talking about, you know, really masculinity, like positive masculinity, or whatever you want to consider it to be, but just positive masculinity. People being men and doing certain things that are stand-upish. You know, whether you're working out, whether you're taking care of your business as a father, as a husband, as a human being in general, and you being an actual male, not some of the stuff they try to water down. It's a movement within itself. A lot of women believe in that thought process because of the water down that has taken place when it comes to the target on men in certain areas and them talking all this toxic masculinity type things. A lot of men are representing and standing on it and really causing a movement that's based on something that's principle based. So that's a whole nother thing. Look into it if you haven't already. But Giga is one that you might want to strongly consider. And last but certainly not least, and I just recently found out about this one. I was like, okay, I can see this working, especially with what I just talked about with GameStop. And that's the XPX 6900. Look it up. SPX 6900. And the mission of that is to flip pretty much, I ain't gonna say Wall Street, but pretty much flip and be the crypto version of what the S&P 500 is, but saying, hey, we could do that over here and probably even be much bigger. So it's basically what some people may consider to be the little guys, the everyday people, getting together and showing them that the things that they may have been doing to manipulate the market, we can do and empower a whole lot of people and create a whole lot of wealth, and millionaires can come from it. So it's still very early. It has had a great run up. But if you think about the mission attached to it, this is something that can last for a very long time, because it's like, okay, it's almost like the mindset of Robin Hood, take from the rich, give to the poor, so to speak, but not to come from that angle. Because anytime you think negative about somebody who's rich, then you automatically demonize the fact that you may be aspiring to be rich as well. So it's not coming from that angle, but it is coming from the angle of, okay, it's a lot of evil that has taken place. Let's see if it's some people who want to rally behind the idea of taking this coin to the next level and benefiting from flipping the S&P 500 in the sense of the crypto world with the SPX 6900. So looking at those, you let me know what you think. Which meme coins do you have your eyes on? Which ones do you think will stand the test of time of 2025 and beyond? And I can't wait to see what takes place. I'm keeping my eyes open for other ones, but those are 4 of the ones that I believe has a very strong potential to withstand the markets of 2025, and some even beyond that. Mr. Smith signing out. Salute.